All-American.
That was the last time I ever did anything I didn't want to do here.
Our All-American group photo in 1968 in the house by the river, right? That early Sunday morning got us all out there. That's when we reached 5 million homes in the ratings. Most of all, though, I'll remember you, my friend, and it's been a pleasure to know you and work with you, and happy retirement. And Patty and the children and I and all our dogs, of course, wish you and Shirley the very best, because that's exactly what you deserve. That's what I wrote on the card.
Bless your heart, Harry. Thank you. I was talking to Pretty Patty yesterday, and bless her heart. I haven't talked to her for a while, and she is just a nice. Well, your whole family, Harry, and I've known them. Seems like so long, forever, really. Are just the nicest people in the world.
Well, we feel that way about you too.
And you, my friend, well, what can I say?
I know.
It's very, very sad, but.
But listen, we're happy for you. You're going to have a great, great retirement, and you got one more show to do now.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Hold on.
yes.
A couple of minutes to 9 o'clock. Ron Lundy, he's a legend in his time, but I don't think he ever knew it or acted like it. I love you, man.
I love you, Harry.
We've been friends now for so many years.
Harry Harrison. 101 WCBS-FM.
Ruth Messenger was out campaigning early this morning, 71 degrees, and cloudy at WCBS-FM. By just 658 votes, Ruth Messenger took the Democratic primary. The official recount was finished early this morning. She was out shaking hands on the subway. Messenger says she's looking forward to Election Day and hopes the Democrats who supported Al Sharpton will unite behind her. But Al Sharpton isn't going quietly. He'll march into court this morning and demand a runoff, citing voting irregularities. Life is great if you believe the latest report card from City Hall. The mayor's people say crime is down, fire deaths are down, and private sector employment is up. But Giuliani's critics say he didn't mention that police are slower to get to crime scenes, and the waiting list for daycare is very long. A busload of tourists in Cairo were ambushed by gunmen. 9 German tourists are dead, 19 other people injured. The horrifying shooting occurred outside the Egyptian Museum. Egypt's largest Muslim militant group is claiming responsibility. It admits it had mistaken the tourists for Jews from Israel.
Muslim militants have been fighting a campaign since the spring of '92 to try to overthrow the government and replace it with Islamic rule. Traditionally, they have been working in southern Egypt, but from time to time, they've attacked tourist sites, especially in Cairo.
Police arrested several suspects, but a few got away. Just in from Washington, the latest figures on the trade situation, the deficit soared to a 6-month high of $10.3 billion. You might remember Iron Eyes Cody. He's the Native American who cried in commercials as he looked at a polluted stream. 20 years have passed, and he's back on another commercial. This time, his tears will fall as he watches people litter. 101 Sports and Weather next. CBS-FM News Time, 9:03.
Okay, just to make sure we're all in the right room, this is the burglar support group. If you're an arsonist, your group is down the hall in room 11. Now, let's begin by sharing some of the frustrations each of you have about burglaring.
The hours are bad.
Oh, yeah? Well, once I took a TV but forgot to steal the remote control. That was awful.
Oh, good. Who else?
Petro. I despise Petro, the home heating oil people.
Go on.
Now, see, if you join Petro, you can get a free ADT security system.
Oh, I see.
ADT, those guys are number one.
Now, I'm sensing a lot of emotion in the room. Perhaps Petro represents things our parents denied us. Warmth, putting your needs first.
Oh, I don't hate Petro. I love Petro.
Call your neighborhood Petro office at 1-800-OIL-HEAT and learn how you can get your free ADT security system. Call before October 31st and get free monitored fire protection. Petro, number one in home heating oil. Call 1-800-OIL-HEAT. Offer covers installation of a basic SafeWatch Pro system. 3-year ADT monitoring agreement required. Restrictions may apply.
Bronson Pinchot on Mego.
First Balky, now Mego. From an alien with a green card to an alien with green blood.
Mego on the new CBS Friday.
CBS-FM Sports. The Yanks try for their 6th straight win against the Tigers tonight at the stadium. The Mets try to keep their fading playoff hopes alive against the Braves in Atlanta tonight. 101 weather, cloudy, then becoming sunny. Highs reaching 80. Clear tonight, mid-60s in the city, mid-50s in the suburbs. Sunny on Friday, highs in the low 80s. And right now it's 72 degrees. I'm Deborah Wetzel, CBS-FM.
Ron Lundy. Flashback 1965.
Hello there. Good morning. This is Ron Lundy. He's a go. Ron Lundy. 77 WABC. Good morning. It's midnight in New York, and we've got music. A whole bunch of things. We've got Sloopy. As the way I feel this morning, you can have Sloopy. Hey, these are the McCoys.
Inherited a brand new theme song. Hello, love. Good morning, everybody. This is Ron Lundy, and I've got a song for you. Well, I'm starting to hear from everybody. I got Glenn Morgan, a former program director of mine. Good morning, Glenn. To you and your wife, Diane. How y'all doing this morning? Nice to have you with me, old buddy. All these years ago, huh? These years, those years, my years. Oh, listen, before we get Barry, Engineer Barry is with me this morning. Bless his heart. Let me hear it just one time. Thank you very much, Engineer Barry. We're on the track and everything is rocking and rolling. Everything is going to just blow my brains out before noon. I want to wish the guys from the VA hospitals a very, very good morning. Bless your hearts. We love you so very, very much. And thank you. Beatles.
Yes. Remember your favorite DJs. Ron Lundy. On 101 CBS-FM.
Stop it, Carlos. Stop it. What a good song on CBS-FM 101.1. Always liked that group. Always liked Carlos. Evil Ways from 1970. Well,
¿Cómo está?
Don't say nothing. Just kiss me. Oh, thank you, Mama.
That's gonna be one of the last ones.
Oh, don't say that, Mama. Listen, I've got detective agencies already hired to watching you, and I'm going to be having movies of you and just all kind of stuff. I have to have something, so they're going to be taking movies, and you won't ever know when they're doing it.
I like movies.
I know you do.
I got a somebody for you because I can't talk. I'm all choked up.
Oh, Mama.
Okay, you play that a bit.
Ron Lundy, disc jockey extraordinaire, a man who has brought so much joy to New York radio listeners since 1965. This is your life. Ron, as a young man, you were in the U.S. Marine Corps, and when you were discharged, you wondered where life would take you. You started in radio in May of 1956 in Memphis, and it happened in a strange way, didn't it? You met a woman who helped guide you to your first job in radio.
I remember you, Ronnie, when you got off at the bus, you had a suitcase, you had it tied it together with a rope. Mamma mia. You look like a little lost puppy. Your shoes was holes in it, and you had holes in your jacket, and you needed a haircut. And I felt so bad. I said, "Excuse me, can I make you a nice bowl of pasta?" And when you look at me with those nice big eyes, you says, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Mamma mia, this guy got a summer voice. You should be on the radio."
Well, Ron, you took her advice and became a serious disc jockey. And your first real job was at WDDT in Greenville, Mississippi. There you would meet a woman who brought a record from an as-of-yet undiscovered talent.
Hey, Ronnie, I got a record for you to listen to. Maybe you'll play it on the radio. It's my sister's boy. She married into a nice American, a Southern boy. He's not Italian, but he's okay. Hitty boy's got a funny name. His name is Elvis. But man, could he sing.
Ron, then you moved on to Baton Rouge, Louisiana in January of 1958. There you would receive daily phone calls from Jimmy Clanton's mother, who introduced you to a nice old lady who was the cleaning woman at the radio station.
I'll never forget it. That first night, Ronnie, I taught you how to change the bag in my Electrolux. And you got it on it the first shot. I was so proud of you, Mamma Mia.
Being a lifelong St. Louis Cardinals fan, you were lucky enough to get your next job at WIL in St. Louis in 1960, where you met Dan Ingram. But there again, a woman influenced your life.
When I was at the trainer for the St. Louis Cardinals, I remember you come into the clubhouse and you wanted to talk to me, but I didn't have a time. I felt so bad. You remember what I told you? I told you, I'm sorry, Ronnie, I gotta go. I gotta go do a Gillette commercial with Stan Amuse You.
Then it was on to the city that never sleeps, the Big Apple. You reached the top, Ron. WABC in New York on Labor Day of 1965. New York heard a voice it would never forget.
Hello, this is Mama. I'm the Public Affairs Director for WABC.
Then the music died on WABC in 1982, and you went on hiatus for 2 years. But then in 1984, Joe McCoy, that wise and brilliant program director and a pretty good DJ in his time, also hired you to come to WCBS-FM in 1984 on the recommendation of his aunt.
Ronnie, I never forget you. You made me a part of your show. All of this time, you put me on the radio. You made me a bigger star like you. But I'm gonna miss you. Hey, Ronnie, when I knew my Joey wasn't gonna be the big boss, the program director, CBS-FM, I knew I had to get you because you were so good. I had to tell Joey all about you. So I remember we sat down and we talked about you of a nice big meatball sandwich.
Ron, you've had a great career, and we'll all miss you. But you'll get to see your friends at a party today at Ben Benson's. Thank you, Ron Lundy, for helping to make this the greatest city in the world. This is your life.
CBS-FM 101.1 wants to know how many compact discs do you think fit into a 1998 Subaru Impreza? Well, we loaded the car up, and starting tomorrow, just stop by the Smith Cairns Ford Subaru dealership at 900 Central Park Avenue, just off I-87 in Yonkers, and guess the number of CDs on display in the Subaru Impreza. If you're the one with the correct guess, you win every CD in the car from Collectible Records, including the CBS-FM History of Rock collection, and many more. It's only from the Smith Cairns Ford Subaru dealership in Yonkers and CBS-FM 101.1.
Would you like to...
Of course, what Mama never ever told you was that the first thing she ever said to me, she said, "You look like a snake."
No, right before that says, "Hi, sailor."
Yeah, and then you said, "You snake." Becoming sunny, highs today near 80, right now it's 72 degrees at WCBS-FM 101.1. Yes?
Can I point?
Yes.
Go.
Remember your favorite oldies. 1962. 101 CBS FM.
You broke my heart, baby. I don't know why. Every time I play that song, for some reason, I think of Herb Oscar Anderson. Hello again. Herb! Hello! Herb Oscar. He's gone back to the pool. Hello, Herb. Herb, hello. Ah, hello, Herb.
Yeah.
There, you son of a gun. How you doing, buddy?
I'm fine. Are we on the air now?
Yes, we are. And Herb, we are live.
Hey, live radio on good old WCBS, huh?
Right, you got it. You got it.
Doing it, huh?
Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying to do it, Herb. I'm trying to do like you taught me.
I've checked with Trent Lott, and he says there's room enough for both of you.
Oh, thank you very much. Hey, Trent's a fine fellow, man. You know, I
All right.
I have to keep in touch with these senators. You never know when you're going to need them, man, right?
What are you going to do when you retire, Ron?
I'm gonna write a book, and I'm going to tell the truth about you, Herb.
Well, that should be one.
I'm
What are you going to do with the second thing?
Bless your heart. You know, I wish you were here. You know, it's such, Herb, it's just been such a great career for me, and you know you were such a big part of it.
Well, I remember the day you walked in the studio, Ron, at WABC.
Yeah.
Bob AC. And you just kind of stood sideways there. You didn't really recognize, you had that great big grin on your face, but you didn't seem to quite understand what was going on.
I never did understand.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I never understood either.
Yeah, but you know what? We didn't care either, did we?
What a wonderful time. I heard you were thinking of retiring.
Yeah.
Want to join the, I'm sure, accolades of all kinds of people, Ron, who...
Oh, it's unbelievable, Herb. It's unbelievable. I'm kind of surprised, you know, and shocked and delighted. It's just so many people, and you know me, Herb. You know me as well as anybody.
I miss it, Ron, but you should, you know, they got a theater down there for you or something to get involved in or anything like that?
Well, I thought I'd go into fence building. You know, that's very big down there, Herb. You know, it's a lot of cows, and you know a lot about that cattle because you've done that yourself.
My son-in-law needs some fence right now.
All right. Hey, listen, here we get that's my first customer, man, you know. Hey, Herb, you son of a gun, we love you, you know, and listen, we still get mail about you, and people are always asking about you. Well, where's Herb Oscar and all this kind of stuff? And I always say, well, he's off somewhere down in Florida. He's doing nightclubs, and he's, you know, Herb, always counting his money, you know, so bless your heart, you know. Listen, Herb, give my love to your family, and I'll probably see you at our next Old Timers Day.
Well, that's, Joe said we're going to do it next summer, huh?
Oh, yes, we are, and I'll probably be here, if they let me come back. I don't know, you know.
Well, Joe's there now. You can ask him right now.
Yeah, well, no, Joe left.
Not really. I just want to say, you know, it's been a real pleasure working with you and knowing you as a professional talent and really the highest degree of professionalism at all times. And that really you came in and took a very difficult job and just carried it right on through, not only one station, but two stations.
Yeah, it's been good. I've been very lucky, Herb. I really have, and I don't know that.
Well, as I always say, for a guy that used to milk cows in Wisconsin, I didn't do all bad.
You didn't do bad at all. You didn't do bad at all.
Really is a wonderful city with a great big heart.
I know. Listen, Harry and Dan and Bruce, we're always talking about you. So, listen, we'll be looking forward to seeing you this summer. Bless your heart. Hey, and my best to your lovely wife, okay?
Good enough, Ron.
And all your family, Herb. We love you.
Enjoy your well-deserved retirement.
Thank you. And thank you so much for being my friend, Herb.
Oh, thank you for being mine, Ron.
Bye-bye. Good song, Dave Clark 5, DC 5, 1964. As Herb Oscar Anderson used to say, DC 6. He said, only disc jockey in America saying the DC 6. Right, Herb. It's 22 minutes now before 10 o'clock. Good morning. Who do we have? We have Lenny Coco. I don't see a red light there. There it is. Okay. Now, what do? We push that down. Oh, he's there. Okay. Hi, Lenny.
Hi, Ron.
You rascal.
How are you, buddy?
I'm okay. You sneaked up on me. I didn't know. I've got so many phones going in here, Lenny.
Well, I just had a call on behalf of me and all the guys. And thank you for all the years of, spinning our records. Not only being a DJ, but being a good human being that you are. We're going to miss you, and we love you very much.
Well, listen, I have heard nothing but good things about you down at the San Gennaro Festival the other night. And, oh, listen, here's your buddy here. Here's Don K. Reed.
Hey, Lenny, how you doing?
Don, how are you?
All right, I'm hanging out helping this man retire.
Oh,
I'm getting a lot of help, Lenny.
I don't think he needs any to help retire, that's for sure.
He knows what to do.
You guys are one family that's, I don't think there's any station in New York that's got the tightness that you guys have. Each disc jockey compliments each other, and God bless us for it, really.
Well, I never say anything like this on the radio, when I'm doing my regular shows or anything, but I don't think it's any radio station in the world that comes close to this radio station, with playing, the greatest music of all time.
No way.
And everybody tries to do it, but it's just something missing, and we just happen to hit on it. Whatever it is, don't tell us.
No.
Because we don't ever want to know. We just want to keep on doing it.
Ron, we just want to wish you the best, and God bless you in whatever you decide to do. And you'll always be in our thoughts and in our prayers.
And Lenny, we've played you guys for a long time. I was playing you out in St. Louis before I came to New York, and I just think you're great. And Don?
Well, I just want to say, you say, why does it work? We're playing the greatest hits of all time, but I think it's the mix of people who play the records that has made this place what it is today. The most successful radio station ever, really.
It is.
You know, when I was a young guy, I got into radio in 1963 myself. I know I don't look old enough, but
you don't.
I did. And I used to work out on Long Island at WLIR, and I used to drive home listening to the guys at ABC, and that's where you wanted to work, and that's where I wanted to work.
Yeah.
And you did.
Yeah, you're right.
I never got the chance, but second best is here at CBS-FM, and working with the guys who, of course, grace the microphones at ABC, like yourself. And I feel that I know you. I know you personally for 13 and a half years you've been here.
Yeah.
But like everybody else in the tri-state area, I feel like I know you since 1965, really. And it's hard to say goodbye after 32 years. It really is.
Well, I tell you, with Harry and Dan and Bruce and me and you, Don, I mean, you're one of the biggest names around, and Bill Brown, bless his heart, and Bob Shannon. Oh, see, I should never do that. I shouldn't start saying names because I can't remember everybody. But you see, we're better than we were then. We're a better radio station than we were then because we've got all you people with us. And this is the truth, and I really mean that.
Well, I appreciate that, and it's been a pleasure to work.
Yeah.
It's been great working with one of the greats in this business, really.
Well, thank you very much, Don K. Reed. And Lenny? Lenny?
Hello, Ron.
Yeah, okay, listen, you take care of yourself. Bless your heart, you and your family, and the Chimes, and I know I'll keep on hearing that music because it's the best.
Well, we're going to miss you, and like I said, you do what you have to do. I'm sure that, the good Lord above will put his hand on you because you've been a good humanitarian, you've been a good friend, you've been a heck of a DJ, and just a nice person.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really do. You take care of yourself.
Okay, Ron.
It's good talking to you.
I'm Tony Schiano, president of Edwards Superfood Stores, here with an offer so good you can practically taste it. If you bet the world.
First, Gary may go back to 1961, I guess, out in St. Louis. Gary came up from Florida on the radio, and Gary, I don't think, was about 20 years old. I know he was just out of college. But anyway, Gary, it's so good for you to call in, okay? But I want to tell everybody one thing at how I got the job over at ABC. And I've been trying to come to New York, since I was about 3 years old, and I wanted to get up here, but it just wasn't any opening. So I was out at WIL in St. Louis, and it was one Friday afternoon. I get this call from Gary Stevens, who was at WMCA. He was doing the disc jockey. I used to call it the Teeny Bopper Show, and you did a good job, by the way. We all remember you on the radio, Gary.
Oh, you're terrific.
Yeah, well, we do, and that's why we like you up here on Old Timers Day on the Rock and Roll Radio Greats thing.
I'm not as old as you.
I know, nobody is. But anyway, Gary calls me, and this is out in St. Louis, and I was on the radio, and he said, Ron, he said, something has happened over at WABC, and I said, what? He said, I think Bob Dayton has left. Now, Bob and me worked together in St. Louis, too, along with Gary. We were all out there together, and Dan Ingram, and all of us at the same time, really. But he called in, so he said, get a call into Rick Sklar right now. And I said, whoops, it's gone. And see, I'd send in about, 20 audition tapes a day anyway, and talking to him. But I got in and just happened to get him in his office before he was going out to lunch. And he said, well, can you fly in Monday? I said, I can be there tonight. And Gary, I'll never forget that, that it was such a good shot, and timing is everything in this business. And my friend, that's where I got the timing from to get to New York, was from you. And of course, Dan had been, programming for me for years anyway here, but you got me on the thing, and I'll never forget that, Gary.
And I'm still waiting for my commission.
And you're never going to get one, Gary. Listen, you and Herb Oscar got all the money south of the Mason-Dixon line, and now you're coming up here getting it all,
Joe told me I get paid for this morning.
Well, you do. Did you sell any radio stations today?
So I'm down in New Orleans, actually.
Oh, are you?
Not far from where you're going, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing down there?
Well, it's the big radio convention. There's 50,000 radio people here.
Yeah, well, golly, I wish... I wish I was there, but I know it's very hot down there, and where I'm going, it's going to be hot too.
Well, I was in the lobby of the hotel this morning, and I ran into Mel Karmazin, who's chairman of CBS Radio.
Yeah.
And he told me that he's going to ask that they have a moment of silence at midday in honor of your retirement.
Oh, God.
I pressed him on that. I found out the real reason is because it's all the money they're going to save.
Oh. I was sort of hoping, Gary, that Mel would be here, you know. Darn it. Well, listen. Oh, say hello to Don K. Reed. Don, I know you're a big fan of his here at CBS-FM.
Gary, how are you?
Morning, how are you?
Okay, I got one question for you.
What's that?
Where's the Willy Burger these days? Where's the Willy Burger these days?
We ain't gonna tell a story about that, are we, Gary?
No, it's funny. I have an email system, and I was checking it this morning, and some guy got a hold of my email address, and that was on there. The sent him back an email, said he's in Florida, retired.
Oh, Lord. And that's a good place for the Willy Burger, I tell you.
Good place for all of us. Where are you going now? You going to ride your tractor on the farm?
Well, I got one of Herb Oscar Anderson's old tractors, you know, and I'm gonna get it down there and run that son of a gun. Got my little television on it, you know, and I've got my antenna going up to the stars so I can listen to CBS-FM. Because I never know what Joe McCoy is going to sneak in here and do about me. You know, he's going to say bad things or something. So I have to, not that I'm paranoid. I wouldn't be so paranoid if everybody went out to get me. You know that.
Oh, Ronnie, you're the best.
Thank you.
We're going to miss you. You know, I go over I live up in Connecticut.
Yeah, I know.
I run over to the post office every so often in the morning to get stuff. And they have you on up there every morning.
Where is this now?
It's in New Canaan.
In New Canaan. Oh, I know New Canaan well. We almost bought a house up there a long time ago. Yeah, I love New Canaan.
I'm going to miss you.
I love Connecticut. Love you, Gary.
Hey, you're the best. All the best to you.
You too. And have a great time down in New Orleans. And listen, drop me a line, okay? You can get the address from Joe Bob.
I'll do it.
Okay. Hey, bless your heart. Tell Mel I said hello.
I will.
Okay. Bye-bye, Gary.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
I heard you were going to ride the rocking chair on the front porch. Never mind tractors.
That's where I'll probably be for the first 2 years. Then I'll venture out. Thank you very much. Bye, Gary.
101 weather.
Hi-ho, weather watchers. Always on time. That's what got me here. Good timing. Becoming sunny. Highs today near 80. Right now it's 73 degrees at CBS-FM 101.1. CBS-FM. Tokens on CBS-FM 101.1. This is Ron Lundy. Good morning.
If everybody had an ocean, everybody's gonna surf.
Well, not everybody.
Surfing USA.
Don K. Reed and Engineer Barry and Maria and Chris and Debbie Ferrucci are all here. The real people. It's 5 minutes now before 10 o'clock. Good morning. This is Ron Lundy. On this Thursday morning, the CBS-FM September Oldies Update is available, featuring This Month in Rock and Roll. And me, Ronnie. Me. Yes. And Cousin. And CBS-FM's 25th anniversary photo flashback. My dear cousin, you'll find information on how to enter to win tickets at the Newport Center Mall for Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Broadway's classical music. What have you got there, Don?
Oh, we're going to break out the cake that, John Fitzgerald Klein sent to you from the Bronx.
Well, John, thank you very much. All I can say, John, is thank you, and yum.
Hello, this is Mike Williams reporting on another long-distance savings tip. While asking people about their calling habits, I uncovered an interesting fact concerning their monthly phone spending. Even though
Forum is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Manhattan Mall.
Ron Lundy. Flashback. 1969.
WABC Chime Time is 12:15. This is Ron Lundy with the top music in town. Radio WABC. That was number 25 for the year with the Brooklyn Bridge. The worst that could happen. Every day of my life, I want to thank you, girl. 4 minutes past 12. WABC Chime Time with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Number 23 for the year. You made me so very happy. WABC Top 169. 46. Junior Walker and the All-Stars. And what does it take to win your love?
Ron Lundy. 101.
Well, for the last time for a while anyway.
You're late again, you fat idiot.
Well, no, it's just a couple of minutes past 10.
You're always late and you talk about your good timing, you fool.
Thank you very much. Hello, love. It's 10:02 in the city. That's Ron Lundy, and I love you. Yeah, promises. That's all I ever get, man, is promises. No action, just promises. The Marvelettes on CBS-FM. Good morning, everybody. Thursday morning in New York City. This is Ron Lundy, my Saturday morning, and I might add, best-dressed newsman in New York.
Well, thank you, Ron.
Well, you didn't let me introduce you, Mr.
Okay,
G.
sorry.
You know, I mean, Harry never... Go ahead and just introduce yourself.
They told me that I have to...
Tony Warren, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad somebody mentioned my name. They told me I have to be very quick, so I'm going to say, we're going to miss you, Ron. Goodbye.
Thank you. I love brevity. Thank you very much. Well, you know I love it. Song Joe McCoy wrote many, many years ago when Joe was on the street, you know, with just his little guitar and his little handout. That's a good song, man. I shouldn't say things about Joe McCoy. Now, Chuck, now you stop now.
I just was in the neighborhood.
Well, I figured you might be. Chuck Leonard, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow, and you are retiring.
So be it.
Yeah, I didn't exactly understand at first. They said that Ron is going to be retired. At first I thought they said retarded, and I understood that part.
Oh, some of us never change, do we, huh?
I've just known you too long, that's all.
This is true.
But I heard your life story, by the way. I was listening when you first came on. I didn't want to miss it.
Yeah.
And you've been in radio a long time.
Oh, Chuck, I've been... what did you
I mean, I've been in radio a long time, but you've been here longer than baseball.
You told me... I heard you say that once. That's one of the funniest lines I've ever heard in my life. Somebody asked Chuck, I don't know, it's probably from Channel 7, I guess. Somebody asked Chuck, say, how long have you been in radio, Chuck? And Chuck said, 2 years before baseball. He just walked right, kept right on walking, man. Great.
Yeah. But
it's been good to us, Chuck.
Yeah, it
really
has.
man.
It has.
I tell you, I look back, I got no complaints. I got no complaints, and I know you don't either. Bless your heart.
It's just, I've just known you so long. Yeah. I mean, I've been through 3 wives, 5 radio stations.
Yeah. Hey, and
had a couple of kids, but it's just one you, man.
You know, I've got the same wife, Shirley, bless her heart.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, and you know what? I wanted to bring a fan.
Yeah.
Now, only you would understand what that's about.
I know. I've got to tell this story about one time, okay? I've got to tell one. I've got thousands of them. Well, I tell you, I could put 2 chapters in my book about Chuck and me, but I've got to tell you about a friend of Chuck Leonard's one time. I'm coming through the toll gates on the George Washington Bridge. And it was in the morning, you know, early, and I was sort of half asleep. And I'm standing there with my little coupon, you know, I just holding it out. And all of a sudden, I felt somebody taking the ring off my finger. And I look around, it was one of Chuck's friends, and I knew her too, and there she is, you know, she's taking those tolls, man, in my ring and everything.
And you know, I know who she was. I haven't seen her in about 15 years. Her name was Janessa.
Yes, and she was just the sweetest young lady, Chuck.
Bless
she really
her heart,
was.
yeah.
I never forgot that. That's one of the funniest things ever happened to me. Just hold my ticket out, and she just took my ring right off my finger.
I would have gotten to know her better, actually, but my wife at that time wouldn't have understood.
No, they never do, Chuck. Shame on them.
Hey, man, you're going down. You're really going to do it. You're going down to the Bigfoot country.
I'm going
and
down
do the whole thing.
just south of Oxford, down to the university. I might teach a course. Not in broadcasting, but, you know, something that I know a lot about, electricity.
Oh, okay.
I might,
you know, one of these days,
or space travel.
I'm going to do this one of these days, because I've got a place. Of course, I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm going up to Michigan, but one of these days I'm going to do that.
Well, Chuck, you're from Chicago.
I am, yes.
Yeah, and so is Harry, you know. Harry Harrison's from
I
Chicago.
saw Harry on the way in.
Yeah.
Still hanging in there.
Well, Bruce and Dan.
Good morning, Harry.
Yeah, good morning. You know, I was talking to Gary Stevens a few minutes ago. Gary's down in New Orleans at the Broadcasters Convention or some kind of nonsense.
Well, Gary's rich now. He can be anywhere he wants to be.
He is. But anyway, he called up. Bless his heart. And, you know, I can just think about all the guys that we've known and all the guys we've worked. Chuck, you know, you and me have been to the best radio stations in the world.
Yeah.
And doggone it, you know, we've worked with the best people in the world.
That's right. And you're one of them.
Thank you.
That's why, you know, I really had to come down. You know, I worked all night last night because, you know, I do a show at night. I worked all night, but I stayed awake.
You're on the, see, they've changed the call letter so much, I don't know anymore.
Well, I worked all night last night on WQEW.
QEW,
I have two jobs,
well,
actually.
I knew that's where you were. I just couldn't think of it.
On weekends, I'm on WBLS. I mean, I just stay busy. I wish I could retire. I can't. I got a daughter in college, man, and one in high school.
We got a lot of friends in this business, Chuck. You know, you keep getting these jobs, man.
Hey,
you know,
man, what can I tell you?
Bless your heart. Okay. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming by. You know, we may not see each other, but every, 2 or 3 years or something. But, you know, once we say hi, it's like that we've just been talking 5 minutes ago, you know?
Yeah, and it's been wonderful. And, you know, I'm going to leave you to your accolades and all of it. You deserve it. You really do. You're one heck of a guy.
Thank you, Chuck.
And if anybody out there doesn't know it, the Ron Lundy off the microphone is as warm and is as nice, in fact, nicer than the one you hear on the air, because he's not under any pressure. He doesn't have to worry about what Joe McCoy.
Well, I never. Joe is the one program director I never worried about in my life. You know.
Oh, he's a nice man. I know
he's the best I ever.
That's why I'm teasing him. You know.
Well, I
you never know what
time, but
one of my two
best.
radio stations may fire me. I might have to come look for you.
Well, listen, just come and see Joe. Bless his heart. He just. Yeah, he probably would. Okay.
Hey, man, you have a great retirement. Don't think you're getting away from me because I'm going to, I'll find you online. You got a computer?
No, I ain't got a computer.
We'll have to get you
My
one.
5-year-old granddaughter says I must get one.
Because you're all over the internet, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're all over the internet. They got special pages with your picture and your voice and everything on it. It's nice.
Well, bless your heart. Thank you.
Okay, take care,
And thank
buddy.
you so much for coming by.
Hey.
And I wish you'd get a little sleep, you know.
I'm going to
do
do
we're
exactly
not as young
that.
as we were 31 years ago.
Don't even begin that.
32
You know,
years
Ron,
ago.
look, you don't get old.
Yeah, but you were
You only get older. You start doing that
numbers.
when you were born. But you don't get old.
Age, Chuck, age is numbers. It don't mean nothing. You know, but, I mean, see, people don't realize that you were 9 years old. When
well, just a little older, actually. But I had only been in radio 1 year when I met you.
I know.
And I didn't realize you'd been around that long.
Oh, yeah, I've been around since, the beginning of time.
I'm glad I know you, though.
Hey, thank you for coming by. Chuck Leonard, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I do this?
Yes.
On the Ron Lundy Show?
Yeah.
At CBS 101, there's going to be some Elvis Presley. The man from Tupelo.
Oh, yeah.
Near where Ron is going.
All right.
Don't be cruel.
Mr. Lundy?
Yes.
We are from the program department. We have been listening to this program. We have several complaints. You will be at a disc jockey meeting on Monday.
Oh, please.
All this talking, we're supposed to play music here, and you will segue, do you understand?
No, please.
You stepped on the vocal of Ruby and the Romantics.
I know.
You have not been cleared.
I do apologize.
You do not have clearance to step on vocals.
I'm very
We will not
sorry.
have this nonsense. And you called Lenny Coco a rascal. He was not a rascal. You're thinking of Vinnie Boombatz. He was a rascal.
I'm sorry.
That's a different person all entirely. And you also...
Where are you now that I need you?
You also had animals in the studio. We are told you had a donkey in the studio. You're not allowed to do that. And you will be at the meeting Monday at 5 a.m., okay? You understand that? And there'll be no no's about it, you understand? Retirement means nothing. You will be at meetings for the rest of your life.
But we're supposed to get a plane.
You may have the plane, but get another one coming back.
I can't make the meeting Monday. I don't care what you tell me.
You will have to be here, or we will come to that place in Tuscaloosa or wherever it is and loosen your tusk.
Help me.
Here, help.
1, 2, 3.
Dan Ingram told me one time.
He did?
That Mr. Lee. No. It wasn't the Bobettes. Who was it that you told me they were all men, and I believed you they was doing? What was it?
The Teen Queens.
The Teen Queens, right? Dan told me, he said they were all men, and I said, really? I said, but they sound like girls. No, they're all women. Well, I believe that for 10 years. I believe that.
Well, they all sing facing the same direction. Think about it.
Okay. Oh, my best friend in the whole world, Dan Ingram, you son of a gun. You.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, there's like festoons of mold and dust and things out there. They must have been really gone in the vault to get things out for you.
I came in yesterday, you know, and they had balloons all over the building downstairs and all out on 6th Avenue and 52nd and you know, and 53rd. And I said, hey, you guys didn't do this for me. Of course, it wasn't for me. It was for the, you know, it was for the...
What's
CBS, for the movies, for the television. That's the word I'm looking
yes,
for.
that's remember them.
Yeah, I do.
They have a new movie out. It's called Titanic: The Autobiography.
Cousin Brucey, I ain't getting into this with you. Cousin Brucey was out emceeing yesterday with Mark McEwen. You know, hadn't
I
seen
know
him
Mark for years.
Yeah.
We did a pilot for HBO, which never sold.
Yeah.
Mark stole all my material during the pilot. It's true.
Well, yeah, but Dan, you see, he has to get up early in the morning now to go to work.
Does he? I thought he just stayed up late.
No, all you have to do now is just get up at the crack of noon. And then, you know, you're...
Anything before noon is obscene, man.
Absolutely. I always said that, too, but
I'm going to have to make a novena after coming in there this early, you know.
Oh, God. You know what we're going to have to do at the luncheon today?
I don't know. Eat food, I hope. I'm starving. I haven't had any breakfast, a glass of warm water, and a promise.
We have one. I can't go on.
Hi, this is Mr. Music Norman Knight, inviting you to join me for a great cause. The New York, New Jersey Walks and the New York, New Jersey Skates, a walkathon and skateathon in support of organ and tissue donation to benefit the National Kidney Foundation on Sunday, September 21st. I'll be greeting you in Central Park along with Mr. G. Check-in is at 9 a.m. and the walk and skate begin at 11 a.m. or you can call to register at 1-800-63-DONATE. So come on and take a walk with CBS-FM 101.1.
And now, Books on Cassette brings you IKEA 1998, an abridged version of the popular home furnishings catalog, Side A.
Wine glass. Audit of Class Sundays, 11:30 on ESPN.
Mary Coakley from Wayne, New Jersey. Ready to play the $64,500 question?
Yes, Bob.
First question. Would you like to save $64,500 in interest on a $100,000 mortgage?
Sure.
Right, Mary. Now, what do you call smaller, easier-to-manage payments made every 2 weeks instead of one large monthly payment?
A Valley National Bank biweekly mortgage?
Right again, Mary. Okay, it's the final plateau. What happens when Valley gives you a decision in 24 hours for a biweekly mortgage?
It's paid off sooner? You save $64,500 in interest?
Yes, Mary. You can save $64,500 in interest on a $100,000 mortgage compared to many conventional mortgages.
Call 1-800-522-4100 about Valley biweekly mortgages or visit a branch. For the folks at home, that's 1-800-522-4100. Valley, the bank that works.
Oh, Bob, what do I win?
Nothing, Mary. This is a commercial, not a game show.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Interest savings will vary based on current interest rates and length of repayment term.
Stop and think and reason these things through.
Why not get it right?
I'd much rather have a fair trade deal than a fast one.
They call it the fast track proposal. Special powers to rush through flawed trade deals like NAFTA, stripping Congress of the right to fix them. Since the NAFTA trade deal, hundreds of thousands of American jobs have been exported as companies shift their operations out of the U.S. to exploit cheap labor and low environmental standards. There's more air and water pollution along our border, and tainted imported foods have found their way onto our shelves and into our school cafeterias. But if Fast Track is approved, Congress won't have the power to address these problems in trade agreements. Call Congressman Michael Pappas at 1-800-765-4440 and tell him to stop Fast Track. Tell Congressman Pappas to fight for trade deals that work for us. Paid for by the working men and women of the AFL-CIO.
101 weather.
Well, let's see, becoming sunny. Well, they're kidding us again, Dan. Mr. G's working overtime. Becoming sunny, highs near 80 today. Right now it's 73 degrees.
You're near 80, aren't you, Ron?
Yes, close.
Right.
As a matter of fact, just in a week. It's 80 degrees, 73 degrees at CBS-FM 7.3 at 101.1. I've got to tell one, I could send it, I could put, you're talking about writing a book, chapters and stuff. I could write a book about Dan Ingram Ingram, and I could write a half a book about Joe McCoy. And this is going to keep on going, you know. But Dan, I've got to tell one story that you did over across the street. You know, I don't like to mention the call letters, you know, too much because of ratings, you know, and people might get confused because a lot of us still think we're on WABC. You know,
well, I got to tell you, you should be getting. I hope they're getting at least a couple grand a spot today, because I came in a cab and there were 3 other cabs next to me. Oh, you're on every station, every radio, and every cab in the
I love you, cab driving son of a gun.
It's like the beach used to be at Jones Beach. Remember that? You didn't need a radio. You just
Really?
listened. Right. Oh, by the way, I have a riddle for you.
Yes.
What did the hippies say in the snowstorm?
Darn if I know.
Burr, man. We got a guy named a Burman on the phone, I believe.
Jeff Berman, you son of a gun. How you doing?
Jeff?
Hello?
Jeff?
Hello, Jeff.
Jeff? It's not Jeff.
No, who is it? Who am I? Oh,
it's Lamont Krantz through the shadow.
No, not Lamont.
Yes.
The evil lurks in the hearts of men. Yes, to bear bitter fruit.
Oh, I remember him. Where are we here? It's George Michael, the singer or the sports guy?
No, it's got to be our friend from St. Louis.
Chairman.
And it's got to be our friend from St. Louis.
George?
Right. And from across the street, ABC. It's got to be George Michael. Hi, George.
Who's this?
It's Ron. Remember me, the one who loves you, Lundy.
No, Ron, I don't remember you being so slow and mature. Hey, let me tell you, folks, the guy that you all are hearing today, Ron Lundy, was originally the wild child of St. Louis.
Stop it. Stop it.
A wild child who drove everybody nuts. And, you know, Ron, even though today I do the sports machine.
I know you do, and we see it every Saturday night.
Plug.
One Sunday night, Ron.
No, we see it Saturday night. We see it twice down at the farm, down in Oxford. Hey, they have it on Saturday and Sunday.
What I do, though, I always say, you know, where have I come since the days of Ron Lundy? And I don't know if people realize that you never did play with a full deck.
Well, this is true.
You know, your elevator never saw the top floor. People say, you know, well, what do you know about Ron Lundy? I know 2 things.
What?
In 1961, when I was a kid in college, I promoted music, and I came around, and you were very nice to me, and I brought a record by someone unheard of named Bobby Lewis called Tossin' and Turnin' way back in April of 1961.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
I'll play it for you.
Yeah, I didn't know any better, George.
You didn't have the power, but you went ahead and played it anyway.
I couldn't sleep at all.
Right. And then, unfortunately, folks, this is a true story. The only time I ever got fired, 1964, I'm working 7 days a week, 7 to midnight in St. Louis with Ron Lundy, Dan Ingram, and all those heroes. And I'm awestruck, and they won't give me a day off, and I'm working 7 days a week.
We all did.
Lundy says to me, George, what you need to do is you need to walk in there and tell them, by God, you quit. He said, they'll give you some time off. So I walk in, I say, by God, John Box, I quit. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, good luck. I was permanently off. I was unemployed. And I said, what do I do now, Ron? You've been my mentor all my life. He says, son, you go to the unemployment. 9 weeks of unemployment. And then, of course, Ron, you know, I didn't see Ron Lundy for a lot of years until September the 13th, 1974, when I walked into WABC. And it was like a reunion for me because there was Dan Ingram, who I'd grown up with, and of course, Ron Lundy, my idol. And Ron, the only thing I can tell you is that my greatest memory is St. Louis.
He used to run around all the time saying, Ron, tight, light, and bright. Yeah, I'm tight, light, and bright you. Yeah, we
George, I just want to tell you, George, you look wonderful. The surgery was successful.
Dan's here. Did you know that? He's sitting right here, George. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you know it or not, but when you came here from FIL down in Philadelphia, Dan Ingram was really politicking to get you into WABC. So
wait a minute. You know how hard he used to play the song by Steely Dan, Ricky, don't lose that number, and say, Sklar, don't lose that Philadelphia number.
I remember that. Yeah. And then you got here and you loved it. And then you went on to television and you got so rich.
You're right. Guys, I tell you what, when I look back, the greatest thing that happened to me was in St. Louis being able to promote records to Ron Lundy and Dan Ingram, because those two names to me are the legends of the industry, and I know you don't want to hear it, but you could have kicked Beyondies, Joey Reynolds, but I mean, none of them could light a torch compared to you. And I you know, here it is, 35 years later, and I'm still grateful for the opportunity to have even been able to work in the same studio as you all, because you guys are what rock and roll was supposed to all be about in great radio.
George, thank you so much. And I tell you, I'm going to still be watching you, you know, and your sports machine on Saturday nights down in Oxford, you know, and then people here in New York can watch it just on Sunday, but I'll get 2 nights, okay?
Hey, Ron,
yeah.
Wherever you go in life, you have made millions of New Yorkers happy for years. The memories of the people that have listened to you for years is something that can never be erased. And if you ever feel lonely, just think about all the millions of people you've made smile. Because, believe me, folks, the one who grew up listening and learning from this man, this is one of the greatest talents in the history of radio, and I'm just proud to have been able to say that I ever knew you.
Well, bless your heart. And listen, just what can I say? Just good luck to you, and just keep on doing whatever you're doing, because you're doing it right, okay?
Just play Bobby Lewis tossing and turning, because it sure made me a lot of money, baby.
I couldn't sleep at all.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, baby. Take care of yourself.
All right, y'all.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, well, now, I'll tell you now, that brings back a couple of memories.
Are his clothes a trade-out?
Yes.
He doesn't have control over it, does he?
Now, will you stop being bad to George? Can you believe he said that?
No,
Joe,
I didn't say that. You said
Joe,
that in
take
my
control
voice.
here. Make him stop all this.
Okay.
I've got to tell just one Dan Ingram story, as I was going to do before George. I didn't know George was on the phone. Joe Bob come in and told me, old friend, have to talk to him, you know, but, no, now, don't, I didn't mean it that way. You know I did.
We'll see you at the meeting Monday morning.
Oh, stop. I've got to tell one Dan Ingram story. Like I said a few minutes ago, if I ever write a book, I could do book 2 with just Dan. But one story, okay? I used to live up in Rockland County, way up in Rockland County, and I used to, you know, drive back and forth, of course, to the city, you know, twice a day. And I'd
your Chevy Nova.
Yeah, but I never will forget this. I had a red Oldsmobile 98 convertible, and I was just so pleased with myself. And I'm zipping up the West Side Highway and across the George Washington up the Palisades. And Dan Ingram comes on just about 2 miles back before I got on the George Washington Bridge. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen."
Beware, ladies and gentlemen. There is a man in the Heinz-mobile. He looks just like the face of Mr. Heinz from the tomato ketchup bottle. Round, red, and laughing strangely as he does weird things to moth wings. Beware of him, he's loose again.
This is in July or August. I've got the top down. I am red as a beet. People start blowing horns at me and cutting into me and running, and people running into each other on the thing. I'm going across the bridge. They grabbed me at the bridge. The Port Authority police, man, it took me 2 hours to get home that day.
Well, we didn't see you for 3 days.
I
It was
know.
only
I
2
never
hours.
want to come back. Catch him. He's driving now your way.
Tomato Man.
Sing it, you J. Black, you.
Mr. Lundy, Mr. Lundy,
yes.
the truck is here.
Oh.
Yeah, the 2 tons of office supplies you ordered shipped to Oxnard.
Yes.
It's ready to go.
No, may I make a mistake, because I want to get on that truck. I want to ride with them, Dan. 20 minutes before 11 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. This is Ron Lundy at CBS-FM. I'm qualified for something. It's 16 minutes now before 11 o'clock at CBS-FM. Good morning. It's Ron Lundy doing it one more time. My hero. Here's the idol. I'm just my hero and Joe. I used to listen to you on the radio when you were over at ORFM.
Is that when they shortened your shift or what?
I was just a little kid, you know, and I used to hear you rocking and rolling on the radio. You and Bill Brown and all that bunch over there. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Here's Joe McCoy.
You were my idol, Ron. You know, I mean, I just listened to you on WABC, and I said, God, if he can do it, I know I can. And, Only kidding, of course, Ron. Listen, I just wanted to read this, and it's from our former general manager, the lady that hired me, and actually, consequently, the lady who hired you, Ron
Nancy.
Lundy. This is from Nancy Woodman, and it says, "Dear Ron, your last week, it doesn't seem possible. Thank you, my friend, for all the wonderful years. You have the warmest voice in the city, and I have treasured our friendship. Have a marvelous second act. You deserve it. Much love, Nancy." And I'm just going to say something real quick. I remember when we brought you here to fill in for Harry Harrison.
Yeah.
When Harry took a few days off. And, after you were on the radio and we all listened to you and you sounded so great. And I went into Nancy's office and I said, "Nancy, we've got to find room for this guy. We just got to make room for him on the radio station." And, you never know what to expect when you go into someone's office and it means more money that you're going to have to pay out. And she kind of looked at me and said, "You're right. Let's hire him. Let's get him here somehow. Make it happen." And I just want to say 13 and a half years later, you made it happen.
Thank you.
And if I could just say anything, if I could make you stay just a little bit longer, I would.
Just a little bit lighter. Come on, and take my mind. Remember your favorite DJs. Ron Lundy. On 101 CBS-FM.
Well, whole lot of shaking going on. Shake it up one time for me. Oh, I just have a friend of mine for years and years and years of Dan and we used to see him so much. And always liked you, Jim. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Ron, except I'm really, really sad today listening to the show because for the past 31 years, this big, giant city has been a nicer place because you've been on the air every day. It really has.
Well, Jim Kerr, thank you so much. I remember when you first came to New York. Now, I know that you were the youngest I have ever seen in my life. You don't have to tell me how young you were, but I know you were in your early 20s.
I was 21.
Right, I knew that.
And I was scared to death, and you were just so nice to me when I was a new arrival in town, and I will never forget those kindnesses that you extended to me way back in March of '74. I mean, you were on the biggest station in the nation, and I was working at the little FM station down the hall, and you couldn't have been nicer.
Well, Jim, thank you. Thank you for remembering me on this day because I'll never forget you, and all the guys back there, and at WPLJ-FM.
And enjoy all the boating on the mighty Mississippi.
Oh, absolutely. I will do that.
Okay.
Hey, listen, good luck to you. And I just wish you the best things on this earth, Jim.
Hey, you brightened up millions of lives.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And I'll see you again.
Okay.
Okay. Jim Kerr, ladies and gentlemen. Bye, Jim.
Hi.
I wanted protection, so I bought this huge, well, I guess technically he's a dog. I figured Corky here would offer protection and companionship. Corky, put the VCR down. But then Petro, the home heating oil people, came up with this fantastic offer. See, right now, if you join Petro, you can get a free ADT security system. ADT, they're #1 in the country. Corky!
By an angel. I almost didn't make it. Why not? Nobody wanted to let me on the plane. Sunday, the address is CBS.
CBS-FM. Heart and soul.
Soul! Yeah, I know I should have been a singer. It's 3 minutes now before... It's 3 minutes now before 11 o'clock at CBS-FM 101.1. This is Ron Lundy. And one of my friends, one of my colleagues, work with him, see him a lot, love this man, Ed Bear. Ed, how you doing?
Hey, Ronnie, I just want to call to wish you the best, old buddy.
You still sound like you're 17 years old on WMCA Rocking and Rolling on Saturday afternoon.
Well, I still am 17.
I know you are.
And I'm listening to you driving home from work as I do every morning, Monday through Friday. And I wanted to be among the millions of people that are listening this morning at CBS-FM and wish you the very best. And, even though we were competitors back in the 60s, you were one of those dreaded All-Americans. You're still going to be one of the good guys in my book, buddy, and I mean that sincerely.
Well, you're just the finest person, Ed, and thank you so much. Oh, and listen, we'll do lunch one day.
All right, I just want you to remember, though, when you get that Social Security check every month,
Yeah.
that part of that money's coming out of my paycheck.
Oh, okay, I love it. I love it. And don't you think I ain't taking my Social Security early, too? You know what I mean? Hey, thank you, Ed. I just got my last check, by the way, here at CBS. Now, that hurts.
All right, baby.
Okay, you take care of yourself now.
Yes, and stay well.
I will.
Bye-bye, Roddy.
Oh, I just had one of the nicest ladies here that just came by, Kathleen Maloney. Kathy, it is so good to see you, darling. I haven't seen you in so long.
I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
You know, I got your letter, and it was just so nice. I know that everybody knows Kathleen Maloney. She's one of the best newscasters ever, and the first woman that I ever worked with on the radio in a real professional type instead of a interview type thing. But Kathy did news for me, and I just thought you were just terrific.
Well, I tell you, I was scared to death working with you guys who were, by the time I got there, I mean, I grew up listening to you guys, but working with Ron, he made me feel like one of the gang right away.
You were one of the gang.
Oh, he used to bring me in that bag of donuts every Saturday morning, just about when I was dragging from being there at 4 a.m.
Oh.
Big smile. Hi, how you doing? Hand me that bag of donuts. You were just the best, Ron, and you still are, and you have some nerve for retiring.
I know, but I have to do these things because Joe told me, he said, I don't want you to retire, but I don't want you to wear out your welcome either. This is Joe Bob McCoy. I'm talking about my program director, the hero of my life. You know, yes, he said, just don't wear out your welcome.
You don't have to say those things anymore.
Oh, really?
You don't have to say them anymore.
You mean?
You can tell the truth now.
Kathy, it is so good you just never know how good it is to see you. You know, did you see Dan? He's here.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck Leonard was in a few minutes ago.
I missed Chuck because
was...
you two guys on Saturday morning used to get me into so much trouble. I was supposed to do...
imagine that.
I was supposed to do the news and only the news, and they would start fooling around in the middle of the news, and I'm the one who got dragged into Rick Sklar's office every Monday morning. Not you two.
I told Rick, listen, I'll tell you something, Dan and me both. After they hired you and you went on the air, I said, well, welcome to the 70s. And really, he said, what do you mean, Ron? I said, thanks for getting Kathleen Maloney on this radio station. He said, it sounds great, man.
And I hate to say it, but I don't think Harry was too happy about it.
Oh, Harry.
I think he had the hardest time.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that like that, but Joe is holding a note over here for me. What is this now? Okay. Kathleen, you hang on just a second here. Let me find out. Harry loved you. Are you serious? I'll get right back to you in just a second, okay?
Ron Lundy. Flashback, 1987.
Is good through August 31st, 1987.
I want to blast out for the money.
Okay.
United we stand.
Ain't that the truth, Willard? You got that right. Brotherhood of man. A couple of crazy kids from the west side of Manhattan. I love it. I had a good time today.
I did too.
I gotta see you again Monday morning. News is next, and then it's Bobby J.
Goodbye.
Woke up this morning, baby.
Goodbye forever.
Willard.
101 WCBS.
Well, now that's great, to bring Willard's jingle back on my last day. That's just great. Thank you very much. That just sounded so good to hear Willard. He's going to drop in a little bit later, okay? He'll be in about 10 minutes to 12 or something. I tell you, just, as a rule, I don't really like politicians much, but I love this man. This is Rudolph Giuliani. Rudy, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I didn't want to miss this opportunity to tell you how much you've brought to New York City and how much everyone here loves you and how much we're going to miss you and wish you the very best.
Well, you know that I wish you the best. Always have, when you were prosecuting all the way through your career. I just thought you were just a fine fella. And I just thank you so much for, giving us a call. I do appreciate it, Rudy. I really do.
Congratulations.
And listen, thank you for the great...
terrific career.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely great.
Thank you. And listen, yours ain't been bad either, and it's going to get better. Okay, listen, when I'm down on the farm one day, I want to pick this up, I just want to pick up the paper and see where you've just done just even greater things, if that's possible, for this city or wherever you might decide to go.
Thank you, and all the very best.
Thank you, Mayor Giuliani. Well, I think I'm going to play the Ron Lundy theme song now. Oh, wait a minute, no, it's not time to go. Well, soon, very soon. All right, here's Glenn Campbell. That's me. Well, it used to be me.
WABC on this Monday morning. And he's something else. And he's here every morning, from 6 to 10, the Harry Harrison Show on WABC Radio, and these are the Vogues.
Man, now, that was a long time ago.
Whatever happened to those guys?
I don't know. They're outside. One has a guitar, one has a banjo, and they got their little case open, and people throwing quarters in. I don't know, Harry.
I got very sentimental this morning when you came on and I left the air. I don't want to start to kind of tearing again, but this is a pretty sentimental day, and the faxes are coming in, and the phone is ringing, and you have television people here.
I'm going to be on Maury's Story.
Oh, I watch him all the time.
Yeah, I do too.
But I mentioned this morning as I went off the air that you are a legend, but I don't think you really believed it, and I don't think you really acted like it. But you are.
Thank you, Harry.
And it was a pleasure to work almost 30 years.
Yeah.
I was saying, Ron Lundy is coming up next on WABC and CBS-FM. We're really going to miss you, buddy.
Well, I'm going to miss you, Harry. You're right, 30 years over at ABC and 13 and a half years here. And it's just, I tell you, between you, I could take, the time with you and with Dan and Bill Brown, and that would about do my career, especially you. 30 years, really. I know. Bless your heart. And, like I said this morning, my love to your beautiful wife, Pat. She is such a darling, darling woman. And those fine kids of yours,
Who remembers sitting on your lap at WABC?
Bless your heart. Patrick called me last night, Bless his heart. He is such a fine young man. And Michael and Patty, and it's just so good.
Well, everybody loves you, Ron. You can see that. You're surrounded by love everywhere.
Well, thank you, Harry. And I'll never forget you. I'll be talking to you and seeing you, but even if it wasn't for that, I'd never forget you.
Well, thank you.
I love you.
Okay. I love you too.
Okay, buddy. Thank you so much. Harry Harrison, he is the morning mayor. Rudy Giuliani called.
I just heard the other mayor called.
Yeah, the other mayor called in. I said, excuse me, wait just a second. I says, where's the morning mayor? And there's Harry. But I wished him luck, for all of us and good stuff. And Harry, thank you. Thank you very much. Bless his heart. Harry Harrison is, well, what can I say? He's the best. I can't help but remember going back, and I do not like to dwell in the past at all, but I cannot help but remember going back, Harry, with the Beatles, and with John Lennon, and then the way we're at the microphone with the knees bent, and all this stuff, and Paul McCartney shaking his little long hair, which was very long for those days.
For those days it was.
I'm telling you, and Ringo and help me.
Paul,
George Harrison, absolutely.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And, those people do not realize how big in this business, and you guys know because Lord knows we were all there, how big Elvis was. Was there anybody ever any bigger than Elvis Presley?
Certainly in later years.
Boy. And of course, the Beatles.
It's slow.
God help me. 45 minutes to go.
It's slow release, like your medication.
Harry, you knew he was going to do something bad, right? Huh? Elvis! No, now stop it. Come on now. All right. Hey, listen, Harry, do you remember Jeff Berman?
Yeah,
Jeff. Well, Jeff used to be with us over across the street.
What is he doing now?
He has a
Soundhound. One of the best studios in New York. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, he was. We were trying to get to him on the phone a while ago, and we got cut off. But good speed, good luck, and all your good stuff from your buddy Jeff. Well, thank you, Jeff Berman.
Bless your heart. A lot of good times with old Jeff.
Best
I come back from your house
production guy we ever
when you were living out in Oyster Bay Cove.
Mhm.
I came back on the train one night with Jeff and his wife and Shirley and me. We were out there and it was late, and I never will forget that. He left me standing on one of those train stops there
Yeah,
for
I know.
about an hour.
He told me he threw you off the train.
He did. He ran away and left me, and I'm still standing there waiting for a train. And no trains come by till 5 o'clock in the morning. Nobody ever tells me anything.
He didn't know that you were a rowdy guy.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. It's good to hear from you. It really is. I just feel so blessed today. You know, it's nobody in the world has had a better career in radioing than me. And Harry, you know, bless your heart, you and Dan and you know, cousin and Herb Oscar called me this morning.
I heard Herb.
Yeah, and
I'm going to the vault now, Ron.
He didn't sing hello again.
No, he didn't. No,
No,
but he tried. But Joe told him not
cut
to.
him off?
No
Yeah,
singing.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
Joe told me if he started singing again, then he couldn't come up for the disc jockey greats. And he said, "Oh, okay." Oh, it was.
I'll count my money. Thank you, Herb.
I have worked for the greatest people in this business. I have been so fortunate, but I tell you, I have worked with the best disc jockeys ever. Now, you talk about legends and Hall of Famers, Dan Ingram and Harry Harrison and Cousin and all these. They're going to go right down in the in just the top echelon because
Ron,
they are the best, man. They are the best.
Ron?
Yes.
I've got to correct something. I heard This Is Your Life, Ron Lundy, in the first half hour of your show.
Yes.
It said that we met in St. Louis. We didn't meet.
No, we met in Dallas.
We
Big
met in
D,
Dallas,
little A,
Texas.
double LAS.
Because I got that
Yeah.
wonderful tape from Fort Wayne, Indiana. This guy named Ron Mundy at Fort Wayne, Indiana. And we knew we had to hire him, and that's how we found you,
Fort
right?
Wayne, Indiana. I love it.
That wasn't you, Ron?
No, that wasn't
You
me.
mean all
Dan.
these
No,
years I hired the wrong guy?
I just come in.
Oh, my Lord.
I came into the radio station, Harry, down in Dallas, where Dan was working to get his autograph. He said,
really?
Ron Mundy. I
Hey.
said, no, Lundy. He said, oh, I must have misunderstood the name. He said, you got the job. I said, well, thank you very much. I appreciate
Right,
it.
we got you out of town immediately. Sent you to St. Louis.
I got to tell you one more. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to tell you one more story about Dan in Dallas.
Oh, God, no.
Dan does Dallas.
Dan, I'm telling you, Dan does Dallas is right, Harry. We are, I was over for a weekend before they hired me. See, I thought I was going to work in Dallas, but they'd hired me for St. Louis. I didn't know that. But Dan was a program director, and this gentleman named Bob Whitney was like the national program director.
I remember that.
And we were all, Dan had this greatest car, and you guys will really appreciate this. Dan had a 1957 Chevy convertible.
Black and black.
Black and black and black. And I mean, this was a car that, you know, that you talk about Nicole Kidman and these people. You could die for that car. And Dan, and we had the top down. Of course, you got the top down in Dallas in January. You
Forever,
know, it's hot. But anyway, we pull up to this, we pull up to the traffic light and stops. And Dan stands up. And it's, you know, people all around us and everybody,
Right.
Big Dan, and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm just sort of trying to hide.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to slip down and hide. And then Dan reaches up and he takes his fist. It's like Babe Ruth, you know, when he was pointing at the center field. But Dan takes his fist and holds it up and says, I'll lick you, Dallas. And sat down and zoomed, took off 100 miles an hour right through the traffic light.
Really?
He don't love you, and he never will. You. By golly, that's Ron Lundy. Good morning. I sort of forget every so often. I'm talking to so many people here. This is like you talk about. This is like Christmas Carol. You know, they're all appearing now out of a mist. It's 11:21. It's CBS-FM 101.1. And Daniel, bless your heart. It is so nice to have you come in. And before you say anything, I just want you to know that the people that are writing and faxing, they tell me they're so glad that you're going to be doing the show, and ain't nobody in the world any happier than I am, because I think you're just one of the finest young men I've ever known in my life.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying young man.
Well, you are young. You are young.
Absolutely young at heart, but certainly no more young at heart than you are.
Thank you. And I just wish you all the luck in the world in the show. And I tell you,
But you know this. I mean, you've been in New York radio since when? 61?
61, 36 years.
I'm telling you, you know these fine people as well as I do. You know, you're going to slip right in. It's going to be like they'll say, well, where's Ron? Oh, good.
No.
No.
One of the few times we've ever been alone was the other day in the announcer's lounge, and I said, you know, one of these days, Ron, there's going to be somebody who asks a trivia question on the radio. Who took Ron Lundy's place? And a lot of people are going to come up with the wrong answer because they're going to say Dan Daniel, and the real answer is nobody. I'll be there following Harry tomorrow morning on 101.1 CBS FM, but nobody will ever take your place.
Well, you know, we just can't seem to get away from Harry, you know. We just... That's right. Bless your heart,
Worked with him all those years over at WMCA, and here we are at CBS FM.
That's right. Back again, the good guy. Dan is so tall, you know. When he falls down, he's in Jersey. Unbelievable. He was always tall. You know, when he first came here with the good guys, and now he's here.
I lie about my height, though.
Yeah, you know, Dan, Harry, a while ago, Ed Bear called.
I heard that.
And Ed was on his way home from work. He always listens to the radio station. And, well, he works here a lot, too. But he was saying about, you know, we were competition. I just never thought of competition, you know. I just never, ever thought of competition. I just never thought of you guys as competition.
Well, it was
I just thought that you were friends, and we were all on the radio where we're playing the same music. And now, if somebody, it's like, you know, in a family, you know, you can fight and do all this. But if somebody, really, absolutely,
well, you have
you're still family.
But you know, you have meetings, you have program directors and sales managers and general managers, and you look at the ratings and you say, well, we want to beat those guys. But actually, when we were in the studio, we really only were thinking about one person on the other side of that microphone. All those listeners out there, one by one.
You know,
Brucey, get in here.
I don't believe this.
Oh, no.
I'm standing with a good guy.
What did I say about no competition?
We started this with competition. We're going to end this with competition. He was in the enemy camp, and I got to tell you something. There's not a better person, I think, can fill this. There's no one's going to ever fill your shoes, but I am so thrilled that this man is here, even though he was a good guy. And I know we all wish him luck.
Well, listen, if I could get anybody else's blessing other than yours, Ron's, and yours, Harry, Cousin Brucey, yours is it.
Well, Dan's here somewhere. He's
Where's Ingram? Where's Ingram?
Notice he didn't mention Ingram's name. That's all.
He's not in the room. He's not in the line of sight.
He's honest.
Where'd he go? He was here a minute ago. Come here, Dan.
We locked him in the bathroom.
You know what? I'm amazed. I left here last night. How did Joe McCoy build this balcony?
Where's
We have
Ingram?
2,000 members of the press here.
The original I-Man right
Hi,
here.
Irv. Come on over here and get in this picture.
Ingram,
Joe
get
McCoy,
over here.
come on, get over here.
You Lord, you have everybody who's somebody here.
Mr. Music, Norm
And Bruce, too.
Come on, Norm.
I'm the only one here I've never heard of.
Bless your heart. Irv, come here.
Somebody take this picture.
He's got a suit on. I got my jacket.
How's Ida?
Bruce has got his CIA camera. Sit up.
Yeah, we're just... Hold on 1 second, guys. Hey, guys. Wait, remember this. We're on the radio.
Oh, right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Bless your heart. Joe McCoy always has his finger on the pulse. He knows exactly what's going on. Yeah. I must tell Irv this. Irv.
You're fired.
I'm going to be a Maury story.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That's on the highlight reel.
Let's go to the video, right? Let's go to something. Go ahead.
A Chinese proverb states that...
And I'm ready to lay down the law.
All rise for the Honorable Ed Koch. That's right. New York's most colorful mayor is back with the people.
Finally, after 40 years, I got the perfect job.
And he's handing down justice, New York style.
Guilty as sin.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC4.
I loved him as a mayor, now I love him as a judge.
It's the all-new People's Court on NBC4.
Nobody gets away with ripping me off.
New York cases, New York stories.
She hit me. He's lying.
Where real people argue their own cases.
The check bounce.
She bit me.
Did I mention the check bounce?
The all-new People's Court on NBC4. No lawyers, no jury, no appeal.
I rest my case.
Rest your face. Exercise your right to watch the most exciting new show on TV, starring a New York original.
Sure, Mayor LaGuardia got his own airport. Hey, I got my own show.
The all-new People's Court, now in session. The Honorable Ed Koch presiding.
I'll see you in court.
Today at 3, only on NBC4.
How physically fit are you? What's your
Remember your favorite DJs. 101 CBS FM.
All of my love, all of my kissing.
Did you ever get a chance to meet him?
Buddy Holly?
Yeah.
No, Ron,
Well,
I never
were
had.
you in the business when it happened?
Yes.
This is Norman Knight, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Music. We're just sort of carrying on a conversation here.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
I want to be real quick because we've only got about 25 more minutes, and a lot of people want to come by to say hello. But I just want to come by and say it was a real pleasure having a chance to work with a guy like yourself. You're a gentleman, both on the microphone and off, and you'll be sorely missed, but I know you and Shirley are going to have a wonderful time in your retirement. And I want to be able to give to you a copy of my
Oh, please,
Rock
yes.
On Almanac, and there's a lot of signatures of various artists.
Oh, you've got autographs.
in here,
Isn't that
from
great?
Earls and
Oh, yeah.
Freeze and everything like that.
And Bobby Lewis.
And one of the things is
Yeah.
Sunday night I was at this restaurant called Premola.
Yeah.
And there was a gentleman sitting at the next table. His name is Joe Pesci. I
Yeah,
think you've heard of him,
yeah.
okay?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
And he wrote on here, Ron Lundy, God is a good fellow. You were great, Joe Pesci. So
He is so great. He used to be with the group Peppermint.
and Joey D. and
Joey
Charlie.
D,
Right,
of course. Well, golly, and one of my favorite actors in the whole world, by the way. He won an Oscar for this,
That's
you know.
right, that's right.
Yeah.
So again, just congratulations. I'm going to move on because there's a lot of people here. We wish you nothing but the best, Ron, and rock on always, okay?
Thank
Love
you. Thank you. Norman Knight, ladies and gentlemen. And that's really a surprise from Joe Pesci. Really one of my favorite actors. One of these New York guys, man. I tell you, these New York actors. Just talked to my buddy Dennis Falcone. Dennis, radio out on Long Island, just having a real good time with his life, and worked with Dennis here for a while, and he was just such a fine person to work with. I just talked to Patty Harrison, bless her heart, Harry's daughter, and I just love those kids so much, and I'm gonna miss you very much.
Hi, my name's Tom, and, well, it's tough to admit, but I'm not the most responsible of spenders.
On the telephone, one of the best guys in rock and roll ever, and really, Jimmy. And I was working in Baton Rouge when he had that great big #1 song, "Just a Dream." And how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's so good to talk to you, partner.
Well, you son of a gun. I believe the last time Joe McCoy saw you out on Long Island at a concert not too long ago.
That's correct.
Yeah, and last time I saw you, I'll tell you when it was. It was in St. Louis in the Coronado Hotel, and we were down in a restaurant. It was called the Coal Hole. Yeah. And you were just out of the Army, and you were going out, and you were talking about some movie work with Archie, and as you went, doing Archie, the comic character. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Okay, now that was the last time that I saw you, and after then, you did so many movies and so much television, and what a wonderful career you had, Jimmy.
Well, it was fun, and I really enjoyed the memories of all the people that I was able to meet and network with, and it's something that you can't put a price on. Both positive and negative. I remember waking up, being in my hotel room, knocked on the door, and I was in the middle of a tour, and the gentleman said, "Jimmy, there's been a horrible accident up in Iowa. The promoters insist that the show go on. We need a couple of acts to fill in." He told me the story. He said, "Would you do it?" I said, "Yes." And I was one of the acts that took the place of Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens in 19...
I remember that. I hadn't thought about that so long. I remember that, Jimmy.
Yes.
And I've got to tell this story. By the way, Cousin Brucey and Harry Harrison and Mr. G, the best weatherman on this earth, is in here with me.
Really?
And,
Hi, Jimmy. How are you? Hey, guys.
Everybody's talking to you, and here's Joe McCoy and Al Vertucci, and everybody's in here.
We're still playing your songs.
Absolutely. Not only Just a Dream, but Venus and Blue Jeans, and I always love that song. And Go Jimmy Go. I pulled that out the other day and played it. I have told this story, Jimmy, so many times, and I know everybody's heard me, but they don't believe me. When I was in Baton Rouge, Jimmy's from Baton Rouge, by the way.
That's right.
And Jimmy was in Baton Rouge. I was in Baton Rouge almost 3 years on the radio. That's a good radio station, wasn't it, Jimmy?
Yes, it was.
It really was a good radio station. And I did the early show, which was about the last time I ever did that. You know, Harry, bless your heart. Every time I think about that, I don't see how in the world you get up 3 o'clock in the morning and do it. But I used to do the early show there, 6 to 9 in the morning, back again in the afternoon from 3 to 6. That's when we used to have to work, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Anyway, first thing I could always depend on, I could depend on a wonderful lady that kept the radio station and everything, and I could depend on her coffee, that community coffee, you know, that strong coffee that I got used to drinking down there.
You just had some this morning.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Bless your heart. Anyway, I could look for that in the morning. I could look for that coffee. I could look for a call from Gene Nelson, who was one of the best PDs I ever had. He'd always call me and tell me how great I was, you know, and get me started in the morning. Joe McCoy never did that. Now that I think about it.
And that's why he's leaving. Jimmy.
That's why, Jimmy, that's why I'm retiring. Joe McCoy never called me and said that.
That's right. He never forgave me.
Yeah. He always liked Dan better.
Yeah.
He always liked Dan Ingram better than me.
Is it cloudy down there?
Anyway, that's the weatherman, Jimmy.
All right.
Hello. Anyway, I told these people, I says, every morning I didn't even have to look at the clock. At 6:10, Jimmy Clanton, Mrs. Clanton, bless her heart, one of the nicest ladies I've ever known in my life. She'd call on the hotline. Hi, Ron, good morning. I said, hi, good morning. It's me, Mrs. Clanton. I said, well, hello, Miss Clanton. How you doing? I'm fine. Listen, I just got up. Had you played Jimmy's record yet?
That's cute. That's why Jimmy was a star.
Really, I'm telling you. So I don't know, Jimmy, if you ever knew that or not, but that was true, man. Bless her heart. You know, I just loved her so much.
You just gave me a scoop. Do you know this is the first I ever knew of that?
Really? Well, I've been telling that for years and years because it was so true. And I could just, she is just such a wonderful lady. And I know everybody at the radio station in America loved you and still do.
Well, you know, I appreciate what you said. I really want to have felt that in somehow, in some way or another, that I represented myself in such a way that I would walk with integrity and with dignity, and that I would treat people with love and kindness and respect.
And you did.
Well, I thank you for that.
You did. I want to thank you for all the record hops that you walked in and did help me with down in Baton Rouge too.
We're going to play one of Jimmy's songs.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to play Venus in Blue Jeans. Okay? That's what we're going to do. We love you, Jimmy.
Right.
And you guys are the greatest, and I congratulate you on such a
15 minutes left, Jim.
Such a wonderful career.
I got 15 minutes in this mediocre career. This.
What's the temperature down there, Jimmy?
I said, gee, he's the weather guy. We're sorry about that, Jimmy.
96 today.
It's 96 today. Okay, that's a little warmer than up here. I'm gonna let you go, and I hope I see you again. Okay, I'm not gonna be living too far from Ole Miss, so.
That's what I understand.
Yeah, you take care of yourself, and bless your heart and all my friends down there. Okay.
Well, let me just say this. Okay, are you ready?
Go ahead.
Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. The good times, the bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Because one, that's what friends are for.
Bless your heart, Jimmy. Thank you so much. I'm going to get Al Bertucci or Ziggy or somebody, and we're going to get that on CD. I'm going to keep that forever. Okay?
Hey, would y'all send me a copy?
Yeah, I will. Bless your heart. And listen, we love you.
Love you.
Bye, Jimmy.
My best to you.
Young man from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Jimmy Clanton. Oh, boy. What a homecoming day this is. Well, by golly, what's the weather? What's the weather? Weather.
Here comes weather. Here comes
Oh,
weather. Down in
no,
Mississippi.
not my nemesis.
And these are my friends.
They're booing
Want
you.
to send
Yeah,
my
and they are
enemies?
your friends,
I just
sir.
want to say, Ron, before I leave, this room is packed. A lot of people touch people's hearts in this life. You got inside of people's hearts. And there are people in this room smiling and crying. And it's just an amazing thing that
You're going to make me cry. You stop it.
Now, here's a gift. I just wanted to give you my book, Don't Blame the Weatherman.
Oh, that's the thinnest book ever written.
And it was also on the Lee's best-selling list. So when you're down in Mississippi watching the frogs jump, you just may want to take
Well, give it to me. I don't have to pay, do I?
I'll give you a kiss.
Okay. Bless his heart.
Don't let him go.
Oh, help me.
Is that your wallet?
Oh, no, it's my wallet.
that.
That's what I'm here for.
I just can't. I don't know. Bill Brown, come here. Bless your heart. And Bobby J and Bob Shannon. Y'all come over here a minute. Herb, you don't have to leave. I mean, just because you took my billfold, I mean, you've done that before. That's nothing new. Y'all come on over here. Bob, come on.
Hey, Ron.
This man right here and Harry, I see morning about the radio station. Of course, Harry, bless his heart, every morning. And this fine young man here, this Bill Brown, is just tall, blonde, good-looking, son of a preacher man.
Another lie I have to live down.
More lies.
He just tall, blondest man I've ever known. Bobby J, I love you, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, I love you too, Ron.
Bob Shannon.
Hey, Ron.
When did you come to New York in 65?
Joe said it this morning. It was Labor Day.
Well, I was home.
Yeah.
I got home in June. I was in the service, and about a year or so later, Sonny Taylor and I, an old friend of mine, we were working over at WNJR. Now, the little political thing, we worked a 5-day week over there. So we were off on the weekends, and we listened to you and Dan. And, of course, we were in our early 20s then, and we were angry because we weren't on the air.
I don't blame you. I'm angry, too. You worked 6 days a week,
but
too.
boy, was I dumb, huh? And talk about friendly competition, when I was over at WWRL. Now, we were, it was the good guys, it was the All-Americans, and it was the Soul Brothers.
I know that. I know
I'll tell
that.
you have been my absolute favorite.
Bless your heart. Thank you.
That is the absolute truth, and I wish you Godspeed, you and Shirley.
I know you mean that, Bobby, and it just, because, you really are. I love you. Just the best. And you too, Bob Shannon. I don't care what they're saying about you, Bob. I like you.
I just want to thank you. When you first got here, and I don't go as back as far as these other guys with you, but just calling me America's DJ and all of that, and the boost you gave to my career. If I'm America's DJ, then you're the world's DJ.
Bless your heart,
the universe's
Bob.
DJ.
Thank you.
And I have gotten so much email on my website. I just wanted to read an example. I've been feeding you this stuff. And by the way, Ron's got a farewell message to his fans on my website, so if they want to go check that out. But here, this is just typical of what these people are writing in. It says, we expect our heroes to be strong, brave, infallible, and incorruptible. It's a lot of responsibility to live up to those standards, and not many of them can. Some fall short, and some of them fall the hardest. Some were never heroes at all. Maybe we just thought they were. Maybe they wanted us to think they were. But once in a while, we get lucky. We find a hero who doesn't just live up to the hype, but goes and soars high beyond it. And that's you, Ron Lundy.
Thank you, Bob, and I appreciate it. I wish that I could be just half as good as some people think I am. I really do. Thank you. Thank you
for everything you've done for me.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Well, let's make some money for Maura. Okay, let's make some money for the radio station.
Hi, it's me here once again for AT&T Wireless Services.
Hi, this is Ron Lundy's show. This is Harry Harrison. I just popped in. It's almost over, but we've been with Ron here, and
my.
He's gotten so many faxes and gifts and so much telephone calls. The room is loaded. We have television here, but I wanted to give you this specially from me. Really, Ron, we've been together over close to 30 years. They put a picture in the paper when you came here. Back to back, they're together again on CBS-FM. So here's the plaque.
Let me show this to you. Isn't this great? Look at this. Isn't this great? Yeah. Oh, hello. Hi. We're on the radio.
We're on the radio?
I keep forgetting that. Yes.
Where's the cameras? Oh,
okay. But isn't this great? I remember this picture so well.
You can add it to many of your awards
Harry.
and plaque. Well, I want to read it here. My friend Ron Lundy, back-to-back friends since 1968 on WABC AM and CBS-FM New York. I wish you the very best because that's exactly what you deserve. Friends forever.
Amen. You got that right, Harry.
Amen.
Okay. Bless your heart. Hey, Harry, thank you so much. Oh, I'm going to miss you in the morning. Hello, boys. You got to get that on tape, man. Hello, boys. And I know
that you can still play that. This is the best job I've ever had in my life.
Oh, that's right. Well, he says that at every radio station we've been at, you know? Oh, my. Thank you, Harry. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well,
here's Maura Mason.
Here's the boss here.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hi, Maura.
How are you, love?
I'm better now.
I heard that line before, too. The other babe that ran the station.
The other babe that ran. I love it.
That one, too.
That's mine.
Well, I'm not going to say goodbye.
I know you're not.
Because I know I'll have your friendship.
Yeah, forever and ever and ever. Ever and ever.
But
Me too.
I'm hoping I can get in the final word.
Okay.
I do love you more.
No.
Yes.
I love you more.
No, I love you more. Good luck, buddy.
I love all of you so much, you know. Look at my salespeople out here. Gail McHale, I love you, darling. Debbie, I see you back there. And Maria Martello, I couldn't have done it here without you, Maria. Maria would be gone for a day or so, you know, and I'd be out there. I bet I'd be out there just 25 times. Maria, and she just helped me so much. And Debbie Ferrucci, bless your heart. And Chris Angelo, you rascal. And Al Vertucci. Come here. I want you to. No, I'm not going to do that because I want you to do that with Dan Daniel. Listen, I want to wish you and Laura the best and thanks for all the help.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too. God bless you. Cousin Brucey, Nicole, Debbie Frucci. Ah, there's Bubba. Bubba like scared me to death this morning. Did you hear Bubba come in here? No, Jay Black is the one he almost scared to death one night. We were having a station party with that other GM that I loved. And Jay was all over me. He says, Ron, he says, you've got to, he said, he said, is that big football player here? I said, who, Jay? Bubba, I want to meet him. I said, he's too big. I said, he'll scare you. So I told Bobby. So Bobby went over and just sort of tapped him on the shoulder. And he turned and goes, hello, Mr. Black. He goes, ah! Here's this preppy kid from Connecticut. You know, it's so thin and everything. And there it is. Oh, boy. Thank you, Bobby, for coming by. I appreciate it. And all of you, Jonathan, I love you all. I'm going to miss some names, but God bless all of you. It's been a great run for me. And I've said it, Lord knows, I've said it so many times, but coming over here when I did was the best thing that ever happened in my life. And no matter what Harry says, but it was the best thing in my life. Not only did it get me back to doing radio like I wanted to do all along and never realized it, but I met this man, this Joe McCoy fella, and I like to call him Joe Bob, you know, because he is just an old Bubba to me. He's just one of the best people I know in my life. Not only my boss, but I mean, I could call Joe. Now Joe wouldn't take my call, but his wife Barbara took it. Collect. I called Barbara one night from Richmond. Our plane had been delayed and had to go to Richmond, Virginia to come in. I didn't know how to use those phones. I hadn't used a phone in years. See, Maria was always here with me, you know, and I used to do all this stuff, and I couldn't figure out how to work that darn thing with a credit card and all this stuff. So I'd call my daughter, and of course she wouldn't take the call. But nobody was at Jana's house, you know, and the answer would come on. But I said, well, I've got to call Joe, and I was kidding with my wife Shirley. I said, but Joe won't take the call, and she'd laugh, and you know. So I called, and Barbara. Joe and me are the luckiest two men in the world to have the wives that we have, and just our, you know. But anyway, Barbara answers the phone, and I hear this collect from Ron Lundy, and Joe's on the other line. Go, who? And here I am sitting in Richmond, and I can't get in here, like a 2-hour flight from Memphis back. And I had to go in there and spend the night and then go over to Detroit to get back to New York. But that's another story. But I just want to thank Barbara so much for taking my call that night. Because
well, she actually made up a card that guaranteed Ron 1 million collect calls to our house.
I've got it. Yeah, bless her heart. Yeah.
But I just want to say on behalf of everybody, Ron, I think I said this in the newspapers, and I said it to you personally, and I really mean it. I'm getting choked up. This hasn't happened to me before, but you made us better the day you walked in this radio station. I will never forget you.
It was the best place I ever walked in, I'll tell you. CBS has just been, I couldn't get, where did Dan Ingram go? Oh, there he is. Hi, Dan. Look at everybody in here. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for me. I'll be back.
We hope so.
You will be.
And you can bank on the radio greats next year. He'll be back.
Thank you, Joe. I want to thank the dearest people in the world, the people who put up with me on the radio for all these years. Coming in here, working midnight to 6 for about 4 or 5 months when I first came in from St. Louis. And you folks have always been so good to me. I have just received the best mail and now into faxes and email and all that stuff. Bob Shannon showing me all the stuff that's coming in on the computer. And I want to thank the newspaper people and the TV people and the writers who have been so nice to me since I've been in New York for I don't know why, but they really have. And I just appreciate it so much. My good friend David Hinckley over at the New York Daily News and all you guys. I'm going to be a Maury story tonight. Yeah, so all you guys over at Channel 2 and over at ABC channels, all of you, Channel 11, bless your hearts, and everybody else. Cousin, I love you. Cousin Bruce, you can't get any pictures and because he's taking the pictures. Well, this is it. Okay? Thank you. Goodbye, love.